Hey, welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be going over finding the why, and I'm going to explain how you can find your why and what my why is. So let's get into it. So if you saw my last video, I had this little piece of paper up here where I was showing that I'm going to be navigating through lots of possibilities towards a vision that I want to share with everyone on here. But until I get to that point, I need to learn a lot and I need to do a lot. And today this is a video where I'm going to be sharing with you my why, which I consider my North Star to help me navigate through this field so I can help understand what I need to learn, who I need to connect with, and what projects I need to get into. And I think this is a worthwhile exercise that everyone can get behind, which is the golden circles of why, how, and what. Now, a few of you probably already heard of this because there's a famous TED Talk from Simon Sinek and also a famous book written by the same guy called Start With Why. The reason why starting with why is so important is because a lot of the great companies kind of have these big why visions that help direct how they do things and then what they actually end up doing, allowing them to have a long-lasting impact. Actually, in the TED Talk, Simon Sinek talks about Apple. And obviously everyone's heard of Apple, they're a huge company, and how they are driven by the why of being the most innovative company going. They want to bring new products and change the world. And Steve Jobs is always famous in saying that he wanted to make his dent in the universe. Well, how do they do that? Well, they make really innovative products, and what are those? Well, there's laptops, there's iPhones, there's watches, there's iPads, there's all these things. So what does this actually look like? Well, actually it looks like this, okay? So you've got these, what Simon Sinek refers to as the golden circles. And in the center you've got why, and you want to work from why. A lot of people work from what, so they think, well, what I do, right, and then you work to kind of why, or some people don't even think about why they do it. They're just so focused on the what, right? That's not a great way to make a lasting impact. So start with why. Let's use a different example. Let's use Nike, right? So Nike their why is to make people active and healthy, right? Well, how do they do that? Well, one of the key things they do is they make trainers, very stylish trainers, but also very technically good for your feet if you're running or if you're playing basketball or any number of those things. So that's how they do that. And then the what is, well, they make people sort of run faster, bounce higher, and all these wonderful things that their shoes actually enables. So that's kind of how it looks. You kind of start with your why and you work your way out. So why is this important? Because once you have your why, it can determine what other products and services and how you actually deliver your message. The other key aspect is leadership. If you can rally people behind a why, then you build a movement. You can actually use your why to influence others to make positive change. That's how companies start. One person with a vision, and you have two people with a vision, and then all of a sudden everyone else kind of is like, yeah, I share that vision too. That's a really good idea. And people will come and work for you, people will serve you, people will kind of come and rally behind your cause. Now, this is all great for products, companies, services, and it makes a lot of sense. You may even work at a company now that has their values listed on the board. But what about on the individual level? The individual also needs a why. So then they can be attracted to other people's whys or other products to work on to kind of deliver a why. I'm going to go through my personal why and how I make decisions and where I want to go. And I find a personal why is a little bit more broad. It might not look as direct as like Nike's example, but I still want to share it because I can kind of go over my thought process in finding my why and maybe help you find yours. Before I jump directly into my why, I'm going to explain a little something that I'm going to refer to throughout the process of me explaining my circles, which is wealth generation. So something that's very powerful, I think, is our ability these days to build things that also bring everybody else up. So I might refer to the term wealth generation, and that literally just means coming up with products, services, things that actually elevate society and bring everyone up with them as well. It's not just individuals getting rich, it's everyone getting rich because of what you've done through wealth generation, not just kind of squandering all the money for yourself. But without further ado, here is my why. So I wrote it out so you can kind of see it and digest it. So to support people in innovating and bringing new ideas to life to serve society. So there's that wealth generation bit, the serve society, right? So it brings everyone up together. Innovation, so kind of bringing new technologies into the world, like I said, new ideas, and kind of being the supporting actor in that role, being kind of as a sort of UX designer, researcher, I want to be the best supporting role in kind of helping ignite these innovations and help bring people's ideas to life. And like I said, it was going to be vague, but if you think about it, it has a direction, right? I'm moving things forward, I'm innovating, I'm bringing new ideas to life, and I'm trying to serve society. And then through that lens, I can latch on to other projects with slightly more specific whys, but it's a personal why, and it's going to help drive me. And of course, it drives the first how, right? So how am I going to get this initial step into being this big innovator? Well, I am a UX researcher, and I support connecting these ideas that people have to people's needs, right? So it's great when people come up with ideas for products, for companies and stuff like that, but I come in as a role where I go in and connect these ideas to the actual people and help them understand how they actually serve people. So maybe slightly shifting their ideas, or maybe kind of culling ideas where they actually don't have a purpose, and helping these ideas come, when I say come to life, I mean actually get to people and actually get to that point where they can actually serve people and they don't just kind of either die too soon or kind of help make the ones that are no good never see the light of day. And of course, no how is complete without what that actually looks like. So my what and what I currently do and what I hope to do going forward is obviously to deliver UX research and product strategy. You can't have research without a strategy. You need to be able to take the research and have something going forward so the product can actually get to that life point and find a market fit. So actually get it to people, find that market fit, plus education about each, right? So it's okay to kind of go and serve these companies, whether it's through consultancy or me working there, but I also want to be able to give back. So what I learn, I want to teach to other UX researchers, other UX designers, other leaders of companies, so they can learn from everything I've done, and we can all share and kind of increase wealth of knowledge as well as wealth economically. Now those are my golden circles, and this has kind of taken me quite a little while actually. Every now and again I stop and think about it. It's always kind of looked similar to what I just shown you, but it's kind of taken a long process of me rewriting it, rethinking, thinking about both myself, what I want to do, and how it fits into the larger world of society. I now encourage you to share your whys below, and if you haven't thought about this before, it is a worthwhile exercise. Like I said, it's taken me a long time to kind of hash out and come up with these ideas, and it's still a work in progress. So don't feel like you need to do it in like one afternoon, kind of iterate and hash over it. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe you learned something, maybe you just enjoyed learning about my whys, my hows, my whats, please like, comment and subscribe. I'm hoping to do new videos every week, so stay tuned. And of course, anything I mentioned that I think is worthwhile, please do check the description, because I'm going to leave links to any books, podcasts, videos that I did mention. And of course, while you're there checking out the description, there's links to all my social media. I'm particularly active on Instagram. You can keep up to date with everything I do on there. I share a bit more sort of rough cuts of things, little videos and the stories and stuff like that. So do check that out. So until next time, check me out on Instagram, but if not, see you here next week.